Everybody, this is your boy Mickey J. Shanks, the long-haired loudmouth, and welcome back to the Sinking City. In the first hour of gameplay, I've now discovered that Oakmont, Massachusetts in the 1920s in this fictional universe has its share of problems. Not only is it suffering from the same kind of blurred visions that I'm getting, apparently there's some very tense relations between the Throgmorton family and the Innsmouthers of Oakmont. I've got a funny feeling, since this is set in the 1920s where racial and ethnical inequality still reigns virulent, it's obviously going to present somewhat of a problem in my investigations. I think for now I'm going to have to get my ass to the Devil's Reef Hotel before I want to go any further. We've got a key delivered by the guy in the yellow suit, Johannes van der Berg, I think his name was, or at least remembers it so. So I'm going to take my rather freakish detective here, Detective Charles Reed, and get over to the Devil's Reef if I can. I mean, I've also discovered a few things about this game just looking at it from the first hour of gameplay. The environmental design looks fantastic. It looks very atmospheric. There's really good lighting. I mean, obviously using the Unreal Engine, which has a steady frame rate. You can sort of tell when a game uses something like the Unreal Engine because there's a lot of the different lighting and shadings are sort of similar. It reminds me very much of the Batman Arkham series in that respect. So there's a lot of different influences that have been drawn from this. There's the Batman Arkham series, there's the Amnesia series. Oh, we're going to go into the city itself by the look of it. Oh, and Charles is still having his little deliriums. Now that's interesting. In one vision he falls, in another he walks. Yeah, Oakmont's definitely having its share of problems. Either that or Charles is. Well, there goes his hat. Oh no, he's having another vision. Okay, so I've apparently got myself into the Devil's Reef. Yeah, quite a dark and dingy, doesn't look a very well maintained hotel. I suppose beggars can't be choosers when you got here on a singular ship, which seems to be the only one that lets you arrive. So let's have a look around, let's see what I can find in my room. What's this? Oh, laudanum. Tincture of opium. Yeah, laudanum was a kind of poison back in the early 1900s.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Yeah, very weird jug. There's my wardrobe. Windcoat, vacationist. Yeah, there's a few interesting little things, so let's take the windcoat out for a spin. Now this looks more like his sort of style. Don't need to look like a tourist anymore. So let's have a look here. What's this? Oh, dog tag. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream. Very interesting. Charles W. Reed, 3rd, 2117, 10/9/94.
Again, they say.
Yeah, it's his war dog tag. Because as most basic history classes will tell you, the Prohibition era sort of started just shortly after the First World War ended. A crumpled letter. Mr. Reed, you were the rare example of a man who treated one of my kind humanly, and I feel I have to repay the debt to you. Take this as a friendly piece of advice. Run, save your life, and leave this drock city to the depths. Don't dig into its secrets, for they are not worth it. There is nothing good left here. I believe you can find a way to escape. Please heed my words. Lewis Flynn. So the man I spared, who somehow killed another man, but had no memory of doing it, is telling me to run. Somehow I suspect Flynn has a few motives up his sleeve. What's this thing? Note from Vanderberg. Mr. Reed, it seems you overexerted yourself while conducting your investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time. Johannes. Yeah, well... So, I've just been... From the looks of it, that first inclination from where I basically fell is what actually happened, and me walking off from that corpse is what my perceived vision happened. So, very interesting kind of setup, I guess. So, let's see if I can make my way out of the... Oh, what's this?
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
Yeah, don't blame you. Boston's probably a lot nicer. Oh, what's this? Keep it down, Mr. Archer. I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave your landlord. Okay. Let's try and get out of the hotel and start my first case, shall we?
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
What noise?
What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
You got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
I'm not exactly friendly with your guests. Are they the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Right, so... Hang on, message from Oakmont. So, I'm getting a few things piling up here. I've got a knowledge point to use, so... Mind. Let's see if I can use mind. Smart packing. Carrying 25 pieces of any crafting material. Okay. Let's see. Law lost at sea. Key to the headquarters. Casebook. Key to the headquarters. Robert Throgmorton gave me a key to the expedition's headquarters. It is in the northern cove side at the crossroads of Asher Road and Hubert Avenue. Yes, blah blah blah. Side quest. Letters from Oakmont. Forlorn woman. This city, no matter how badly the flood damaged it, has an unnatural appeal. I can't stop myself from walking, even if it means being struck by further visions. I went to the eastern part of the Salvation Harbour, near the crossing of Fitz-O'Callaghan Street and Old Church Road. It came. The feeling of loneliness and fear was immense. I was a woman locked in a room, infected and slowly rotting. My body turned into something. It itched badly in my face. I had to hold the skin with both hands to prevent it from growing until I suffocated. I ended up sitting on the road crying, and some Innsmouther kicked me and ordered me away. Lone child. The visions are testing me, playing with my mind, and my old forgotten fears come to life. When I was small, I was afraid I would to stay alone. I thought my parents would leave and never come back. Today I went to the eastern streets of Coverside, and the visions came on the corner of St. Elmo Lane and Kingsport Street. I felt I was alone, forgotten in a locked room, hungry and frightened. It was so scary to stay inside, but everything was much worse behind the door. Something scratched in the corridor, and there were terrifying screams from the outside. I could not run, could not hide. I just waited for Mom to return. Mirrors, mirrors. I'm afraid someone stalks me. It started when I visited West Advent and had a vision at the intersection of Purity Road and Oak Street. Okay, so in summary, these are all testimonies from people who kind of were here and have subsequently gone mad. He looked through the weird notes and he found Among them I found several pages of the diary of a man describing his life in Oakmont. He suffered in the places where they happen. Was he trying to avoid them? Okay. So, there are all the letters from all the guests previously that are keeping this guy in business. That's the landlord or hotel owner, one of the two. What's this? Note about the hobo sounds. Darren, I think I'm starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to mark special places that you know already, kind of like the secret signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times well before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You've seen the crooked H-shaped sign on the doors around town? That means the house is inhabited. The cross-hatch grid sign marks hidden caches of useful items. The V-shaped sign is for barricaded dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You're going to have to investigate that for yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun. Okay, interesting. Kind of guess why these are on the doors. Safety and various other things. So, let's see. No, okay. So I found a fast travel point, the Devil's Reef Hotel. Okay, so I need to know where I'm going. From the Devil's Reef, I need to head back to the harbour. Casebook. Lost at sea. Let's explore the seabed near Oakmont. Expeditions held northern cover side at the crossroads of Asher Road and Hubert Avenue. So, I need to find crossroads of Asher and Hubert Avenue. So this does require one to think a bit. So it's got a bit elements of Broken Sword series in this, which is quite good. Side. It's not the asylum. Northern Cove side. Asher Road and Hubert Avenue. It takes me a while to find Hubert Avenue is because my sight's never been what it is. Here we are. Asher Road and Hubert Avenue, so about here is where we want to be. I'll just arm myself just in case I need to. The lighting in this place is fairly cool, so if I can... Wow. I wonder if they based this on the New Orleans disaster in 2011. Or at least the sort of lighting and the effects that one would have of flooding. I mean, I could be wrong because a lot of places do suffer from flooding still in this day and age. Obviously, there's New Orleans. There's even in Britain. There's a few places that suffer from floods. There's where was it? There was a village in Gloucester that was almost completely cut off due to flooding a few years back, and I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, it'd be interesting nowadays to see whether they drew inspiration from this kind of thing. Bearing in mind this was supposed to be set in the 1920s, where there was a lot less technological advancements at the time, and people sort of still had superstitions about them. So, I'm loving these old-timey cars and the sort of 20s style era of transports around here, so that's quite a nice little touch. But the overall sensation of just being drowned is quite good. So, bunch of dead bodies around a burning car. That's a bit odd. What is this? Now that's interesting. Looks like coral right on the top of the street. Don't know whether that's my sanity or not. No, I'm good. Oh yeah, apparently Charles Reed has a supernatural ability that makes him slightly more sharper than the average sleuth. So, which is this. It's called, the game calls it Mind Eye, but I call it like a sort of enhanced vision. Thereby allowing you to sort of see clues better, which I kind of discovered in the first hour of this thing. So, just have to keep wandering up. It's got the feel of a sandbox game almost, as well, in the sense that it's not as linear as one first thought. The map's fairly open, which is kind of nice. So, I think this game does require a lot of patience to listen to. So, the headquarters of the expedition. I wonder. Here we go. Found it. Without too much trouble. So, I need to find out what Throgmorton was looking for in the first place. So,
You guess I don't need the key.
yeah, somebody really did a number on this door.
Guess I don't need the key.
Yeah, that's been kicked off royally. Literally off its hinges. So either Throgmorton Jr. left in a hurry and forgot to take his gear with him, or somebody tried to attack the expedition in the foot before it even set off. Dangers of diving. Divers with the bends can suffer from numerous symptoms including pain, impaired movement, nausea, vomiting and disorientation. Acute symptoms can occur within 10 minutes of surfacing and include paralysis, numbness, blindness, deafness, dizziness, seizures, confusion or words coming out that were weird. The paralysis and numbness can involve several different parts of the body at the same time. So, there has been, it looks like a scuffle. Crows?
Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
Why the crows? Why the birds? So there were birds flying. What is this? Okay, this is such weird. Oh, hello. Hey, 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 hey. Son of a bitch. Okay, can't quite tell if that was real or not. Certainly felt real enough to do me damage. So that's an interesting scenario, where you have enemies that appear and disappear due to how much you are in sync with the city. So, okay. Right. So, somebody obviously killed themselves somewhere here. But Throgmorton Sr. will probably want to know more. So, partially burned cargo manifest. The following must be delivered Grimhaven Bay no later than Friday. Looks like an itinerary list. Half it's burnt, so it makes it very difficult. So we know what the cargo was. I'll make sure nothing else attacks me. So, go back into Mindscape. What the hell is that noise? Whoa, hello. Somebody's shooting at me. Okay, let's Let's not hang around. A diving helmet? Whoa!
Guess this helmet's beyond repair.
Yeah, I'm gonna be beyond repair if I don't find out who the fuck is shooting. Why are you shooting at me, you ass? Oh, okay. Somebody wants me dead. Okay, so apparently Throgmorton Jr. had enemies of such. What's this? Oh, it's a map detailing where I am. Okay. Useful, I guess. Let's arm myself and try this again. No, that's the police station. We don't want to go in there yet. My health is in a bit of decline. I wonder. Okay. So we're kind of getting somewhere, I suppose. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So, obviously, somebody wants me dead. I need to find out who or why.
We don't have time to pick it. Stand back.
Okay. Hold on.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
So a bunch of Innsmouthers raided this place. Still one alive. Right. You're unconscious, I guess. What's this? Okay, I've at least got my health back. Okay, so that gets my health in shape. And so I've knocked him out. Let's try this again. So a bunch of Innsmouthers wrecked the place up. What else did they find? So they put up the initial illusion wall. They scarp it off with a bunch of supplies.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Time to figure this out.
Okie dokie. So, interesting. First things first.
We don't have time to pick it. Stand back.
Okay. So they broke in here, raided the place.
Papers. Smash the rest.
Raided the place. Put up the walls. And burnt these.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Several men broke into the expedition headquarters. But they didn't smash, they burned. The archives, even the newspapers.
Whoa. Whatever this nonsense is, it's starting to get on my nerves. So, let's try and piece together this. Cargo manifest and the burnt newspapers. They left on city on a freighter from Grimhaven Bay. The Oakmont Chronicle. Okay. So, from the looks of it, I'm going to need to make a quick trip to Grimhaven Bay. And obviously I've just realised, now beginning to realise this is going to get more and more detailed the further into this city I go, and the further in depth into this I get along. So I'm going to call it at that as I make my way over to Grimhaven Bay, or at least try to, and hopefully we'll get this into a bit more bite-sized chunks for everybody. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, a subscribe, and any feedback is welcome in the comments below, and we will pick this up in the next video when I make my way down to Grimhaven Bay and see if I can find anything regarding the expedition and its missing passengers or cargo. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video I do. Laters.